What is up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of the Saga of Dice podcast with Rob and Carson. I'm still adjusting my mic, and I hope that you find the levels good. I am I'm not very articulate today. I'm still running around. Um, how are you, Carson?
I'm doing pretty well, you know. I've got my chocolate milk in a jug here. I've got my mustache. I've got my hoodie with a guy that has a very similar mustache to me on it. Um,
Nice.
yeah, I'm doing well. I'm looking forward to the tournament this weekend as well. It's gonna be
Right?
fun. Cake or death.
Cake or Death is coming up.
I'm hoping
Uh,
cake.
yeah,
I think it's gonna be good.
yeah, yeah. You know, we'll see how the
Just
rest of the week goes.
out of the two, I prefer cake for sure.
Okay, okay, but what if it was cake, pie, or death?
Well, easily pie. We've had
Okay,
this. I feel like
okay.
we got into like a 45-minute conversation about like pie versus cake. I'm, I feel
Only
very
we
strongly about this matter.
have. Only we
Pie is
have.
definitely Cake is great, but pie is definitely way better than cake. 100%.
That is
It's just
something.
more. It's just more versatile.
That's something that we both have established that we agree on. They didn't know though. They don't know our love of cake, our mutual love of pie. I mean to say. Uh, yeah. Oh wow, we got some people in the chat already. What's up, Robin? What's up, Danny? Uh, incoming on you got a Soulblight army coming in. Heck yeah! Are you excited for the new book? And you save nothing on your car insurance. I don't. I get that that's like a Geico thing or something. Anyway, sometimes in the learning box Dad built, but I do my homework. I'm so confused. What's up, gents? Death by pie. Yes. Yeah, I mean, hey, if you're gonna go, there are worse ways. Although, have you ever eaten like way more than you should, and just like that's
Every
not a
day.
good feeling.
Every day.
I hate that feeling, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
you just feel
in
awful.
if you I don't know if they still exist, but when I was in high school and university in Japan, if you go to like a lot of these different restaurants, they have some kind of deal where if you can eat some kind of massive amount of food within an hour, usually you get it for free. And then sometimes they have another one where if you beat it, you get like your picture on the wall, and you get like $100 and for free, obviously. And my buddy was just like, he would just go around and do that everywhere he could. And I remember the last one I ever was with him, he had, I think it was like 3 kilograms of curry rice. And he's just like, it was one of those free ones. It wasn't a $100 one, but he's just like sopping it up into his mouth or whatever at the very end when the time ran out. And the owner was just like, just take it. It's fine. You know what I mean? And he goes out the store and he's like bent over and his stomach hurts. And he goes, I'm never doing that again. Fast forward like 2 weeks later, he's at some ramen place. Just he's doing it again. So we never learn. Yo, that scythe is it's sick. Um,
It is really cool. Yeah.
I'm assuming it's Night Haunt, but like,
I'm actually assuming it's Nurgle
ooh,
because if you look at the way that the metal is corroded, that's like
yeah,
a very Nurgly thing to see for sure.
that's
Unlike
true.
the nail that's like stuck through the spike or the scythe as well. There's two of them, I think.
Yeah,
That's pretty
huh?
gnarly.
That's interesting. You know what? I think you're right. I think you're right. Do we have more Nurgle stuff coming, like in Underworlds? I feel like
Maybe
we.
that's the thing with Underworlds. Like it could be anything, right?
That's
Or
true.
I guess if someone was paying attention to the Underworlds releases, they would probably know like roughly what's upcoming. But I don't. If I'm being honest, I'm like,
I
oh boy, random boxes, hooray!
I thought there were like some kind of symbols that they showed. And we might have had this conversation last week as well, but I don't know. I think you're right. It looked like death to me, but you know what? You convinced me. I'm sad because I do like death more than I like Nurgle, but I mean, what could it be that's death other than FEC? And it just doesn't look very FEC to me.
Yeah, definitely not FEC. Yeah,
No.
because like I don't think Night Haunt would get anything. Well, I would take a look at some sites from Night Haunt right now because there's examples that we can see.
I like how Robin's just talking to himself in the chat. He's just like, I'm just
Hey
talking to
man,
myself.
you want to use our chat to
Self-entertain.
talk to yourself? That's totally fine. Yeah.
Man, like, so I talk to myself, but my wife and my kid talk to themselves like in a normal speaking voice. And sometimes I can't quite hear them, and I'm like, sorry, what are we saying? And they're just like, oh, I'm talking to myself, and I'm like, can you do it quieter? 'Cause you know what I mean? Like, make it clear when you're. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, so Anton's pasta in Burnaby. Finish the giant plate. Get a pen. What? That's cool. What kind of pen? Oh, that's awesome. I'd never heard of that. Guilty admission. I have officially started down the road of infinity. Ariadna. You agree with Nurgle? I'm the only one who gives me the answers I seek. Yeah. Sometimes I find that myself. Um, but no, that's a great call. Like, so I might have a grim or some kind of.
I'm looking at Grimghast Reapers right now, and I
Yeah,
don't know actually. It actually might be Nighthawk. The more I'm looking at these, like these are corroded in the exact same way. The only distinction is the
I'm holding up a
uh
Nurgle site, or a Grimgas
yeah,
site. Yeah.
yeah, like they have like the little like they're definitely like corroded and stuff like that, but the nail through it is pretty
Yeah,
gnarly.
I do. Yeah, that's kind. I think I agree with you though. Because like most of the hitting on the death stuff is more subtle, and sometimes it's not even there. Like if you look at the this guy, like this partially painted fellow here, the sword is totally smooth. Come on, you can't see it.
Right.
You'll have to take my word for it. But yeah, my son has Reikenor somewhere around here, and I don't. I'm not sure. That would probably be the best. Also, though, like I don't know, like so, like a scythe. You might be right, but like I was thinking, like scythes that have like a crooked turned handle tend to be more evocative of death himself. You know what I mean? Like he's reaping the souls or whatever.
That's
Uh,
true, but I'm looking at the Grimghast Reapers right now, and there's like it's a pretty 90-degree angle besides that they have,
that's true, actually.
whereas this is
Yeah,
like really
it's
droopy.
turnt.
Yep. I wonder if
Um,
there's an example already of a Nurgle scythe out there. If there's any models that have them already.
yeah,
Rotbinger Sorcerer kind of has one. Like Lotkin, the guy on top.
yeah. The Terminator size, like they tend to be. I think I agree with all y'all because the Nurgle scythes seem to be a little bit fatter. They seem to have a little more like you know girth, and they tend to be a little thicker with two C's. So no, I think you guys nailed it. Okay, so why don't we move on to? Did you see this Underworlds post? They did like a little like world building thing. It was kind of cool. Not super exciting, but I just thought I'd bring it up. You guys can check it out over on the Warhammer community page. Little story, kind of background on it. I really like the one about Hunters of Huanchi, which is why I kind of read it, you know. And yeah, it's interesting, especially if you like either one of these armies and whatnot. Um, and then so this isn't AOS, right? But this is a big deal because there was a what seemed like a reliable rumor going around that they were getting rid of the whole strength versus toughness thing in 40k, and people were losing their freaking minds about it. And it looks like they're keeping it like full stop, which doesn't surprise me. I think that would have been a huge misstep. But anyway, I just thought I'd bring it up because I know a lot of people were really, really worried about this. Surprisingly worried about it. Yeah. Do you have any
Interesting.
thoughts on that? I know you play 40k as well.
I have played 40k in the past. It's been a little while actually since I played a game. Like it probably would have been against you actually.
I think it
That
was. Yeah,
yeah,
Necrons versus what did we play? Tyranids?
probably Tyranids. Yeah, Necrons versus Tyranids sounds
Yeah.
right. You probably had like Crusher Stampede when that was still a thing.
Oh man, did I? Oh, maybe. Oh, I think you're right. Wow, it really has been a while.
Yeah, it has.
So that was
But
before the book even came out.
yes, yeah,
Yeah, and I took that Harridan
yeah. I
twice.
remember that.
We played two games, and in the first game, that Harridan just like killed everything. And then in the second game, I think you killed all of my stuff, just all of it. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about the strength and toughness thing though. Like, I really like how streamlined AOS is. Like,
Yep. Yep.
most of the time, there aren't any surprises that are just like, well, if I reference this book and I have this one appear and like, you have all of these different things stitched together, then some crazy ability happens.
Yep.
It's just like, all right, I've got this laundry list of attacks that's on my war scroll. I'm gonna
Yep.
go through them. I don't care about your toughness or anything like that. You make your save roll at the end, and wounds happen. Like,
I
kind of
ag-
like that.
I agree. I'm of two minds about it. Like first of all, like so when people talk about the double turn, the one thing that I usually one of the things that I would use to defend it in general was just we don't want the games to be exactly the same, right? So I think it is good that they have their own sort of defining characteristics. They both feel unique at every step of the game. Even if they're not that different really. Like at the end of the day, they're way more similar than they are different because 40K 8th edition was based on AOS 1, and they've kind of both iterated on each other going forward, right? Um, so the thing I like about it is that I do like the kind of, for lack of a better term, verisimilitude, where if you've got like the swarm lord going in against regular guardsmen, he's not gonna. It's gonna be easier for him to wound than if he's going up against a tank. You know what I mean? Like that kind of all checks out with me. But I think there's like like a lot of people in the Age of Sigmar community talk about it, but most of them haven't played a lot of 40K. And when you play a lot of 40K, there's something that unless you get like it depends on how far down the rabbit hole you go. Like if you go far enough down the rabbit hole with 40K, this isn't a problem for you. And it's not a problem it's not really a problem if you know basically nothing either. But for everyone else, the problem is that like you have to know all your strengths and toughnesses, and it's something you have to memorize. You can look at the sheet and know, like, okay, this is my strength, but to know what I need to wound, I need to know your toughness. And for the first like while after I got used to the game, I was like, man, these games take forever because it's like, okay, the strength on my thing is, and I look it up. What's the toughness on your thing? And then they were like, and they look it up. You know what I mean? And then, and the math is not the problem. No one has a problem with the math. Like, you know what I mean? Is 4 more than 3? Yes, it is. Okay, well then it's you're wounding on 3s. But it slows down the game and it adds an extra step. Now, I just don't think there was a way of getting rid of it, like not that I can see, without having this huge implosion of the community in general. Uh, but but yeah, I mean, we'll see. Their whole thing is streamlined, not simple, or something like that. That's like their tagline for the new one.
Yeah.
Um, I'm interested. I'm curious. You know what I mean? It
I
looks like
think it's simplified, not simple.
oh, that's what it was. Thank you. Yeah. That's actually a better tagline than streamlined, not simple. But they're having some non-strength versus toughness rolls with that anti keyword now. Oh, I didn't see that.
Interesting.
Anti keyword. Uh, is it
Yeah,
was that in this
I'll be
article? Um, you tried competitive 40K years in ninth, and it was constant muddled feel bad as soon as I got my head wrapped around what what set of interactions the wood shift the dumpster fire for 2 years in ninth. Yeah, I mean Carson and I got really into it, especially at the start. I would say, and it was exciting because like the game, like the basic rules of the game, I think are quite strong even now. Like I love the terrain rules. They're probably a little bit too complicated. Like for simple like because I remember like all of us were when Ninth came out, and I watched the tabletop tactics thing and like a bunch of other channels, and they were like, yeah, we made flashcards for all the different terrain things. Like that's a little too much. Like if people have to go that far with it, but but I would still take that over AOS terrain rules, which basically don't really exist. Um, somewhere in the middle would be nice, you know. But yeah. Oh, it has a bit about the anti-keyword. Huh. Huh. That's interesting, Alex. I actually didn't. I didn't read that. Um, like Carson, I've been kind of more in focused on Age of Sigmar right now. Um, and I
I
just
think that.
sorry.
Go ahead. No, no, go ahead. It's okay.
Well, I wanted to say like a lot of people like in every community, frankly, when one little tidbit comes out, the natural reaction is to overreact. And when you're not looking at the bigger picture, it really doesn't matter. But I just know that the reason I brought this up was just because strength versus toughness is such a big deal to a lot of people that I just thought I'd mention it. You know? Yeah. Sorry. What we?
Yeah, I don't think it's a big deal. Like the strength versus toughness thing, it's like it's just one extra like
What?
piece of bloat in the
Yep.
game.
Yep.
Whereas it's like it's not the one thing that makes me not want to play 40k anymore, right? Like there's a lot of things that together end up with that being the case. But honestly, if there is an additional anti-keyword, that's almost worse in my opinion.
Because it's another
Because
step.
it's just
Yeah.
another thing that you have to remember
So
on
true.
top of this like already bloated system.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that in the context of everything else, maybe it's a really cool rule, or maybe it's not complicated and not adding bloat in some way. But at first glance, that definitely is how it seems.
Yeah, I agree with that completely. And I think the main thing that stopped me from playing 40k was the crazy roller coaster ride of new books. It was like they are crazy overpowered, and then nerf, 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 and then it's like okay, and it's just like this. You just can't keep up with it. And then the other thing was there's so many things where they were like, okay, we made this system, right? Like strength versus toughness, for example, and then it's like, but now we're adding all these rules that kind of break that stuff, like sixes auto wound, which is fine in a game of Age of Sigmar, but like it's so much harder to balance. Or like transhuman physiology, they added it to everything, right? Including like Tyrannid's got like a faction where it's like you can only wound their synapse creatures on 4 ups. And then it's just like that. And there's so many factions have that, by the way. This isn't just Tyranids. This isn't just Space Marines with their stratagem. It's like, it's really common across multiple armies now. And it's just like, it just kind of breaks the system that they already created. Um, I would like to see them go back to kind of not doing that. Simplifying, you know what I mean? And we'll see. But
I think
uh,
there's kind of two routes that you can go when you're making a system that you intend to have like some sort of complexity.
yep,
Like number one is you start out by having the base rules be complicated. And when you have a complex set of base rules, you kind of have a lot of tools to play with,
yep,
and that can make different armies unique and stuff.
yep,
Or you can take a very simple set of core rules and then break them for like different armies,
yep.
like you're talking about.
Hmm.
And a really good example of that is if anyone's played a game called Cosmic Encounter. It's one of my favorite board games, but basically the entire game is just like, okay, I have 5 home planets, and I can dedicate like this many ships to attack one person, like between 1 and 4,
Yep.
and then I have cards that are just like attack values, and I can place down whatever I want, and that's it. You just want to like get more planets than everybody else, but essentially. But every single alien race in that game completely breaks the rules. So one of them is just like, you lose the encounter, you actually win, and then you like wipe out your enemy. And then the other one is just like, it gets kind of crazy where it's like, if you steal a card from someone else or from the main deck and no one notices for like 10 seconds, you get to keep it.
What, like
Yeah.
literally take a card?
Yes. Yeah. So I'm a fan of that sort of thing where it's like extremely simple core rules that take like 10, 20 seconds to explain without any like questions whatsoever.
Yeah.
And then you just like completely break it. If they did something like that, I'd be 100% on board. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Oh,
But they have this like bad middle ground in my opinion where it's like semi-complex normal rules or even like fairly complex normal rules, and they break it all the time.
I like that. I like it a lot. Um, oh, sorry, I missed. Robin has a complete collection of Thousand Suns. But you've gone hard into AOS rather. I have 9 to 10 AOS armies. Nice, yeah. Alex says orcs are fine. I don't disagree with that. You trade
Orcs
like
are great.
has. Oh wow, yeah, I bet. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know you were from Memphis, Robin. That's really cool. Yeah, because I think their like main shipping area is in Memphis or something like that. So that would probably be a really great area for getting 40k and stuff like that. Uh, yeah, that's fair. I mean, everyone has their own thing, Alex. You know, like there's different communities, and I think they both have their strengths and their weaknesses, to be honest. But um, I've been a part of the Age of Sigmar community since 2016, and it's my favorite community by far. And it's not like I don't like. I like the other games, like you know what I mean. Like I really like the old world as well. But the less said, the better about that kind of thing because and I'll probably play it, but I don't know how much I'll interact with the community because there's just kind of like a, you know, yeah, very negative vibe to it. Anyway, we'll move on. Uh, oh man, I'm not going to repeat that on stream, Alex. So then we got some rules for Evia Volga and some cool art. Um, yeah, I really like her. I'm really looking forward to her. She's got a cool rule here that they showed off. If monsters are within 3 inches of this unit counts as 10 models for the purposes of contesting objectives. In addition, while an enemy monster is within 3 inches of this unit, the attack's characteristic of that monster's melee weapons is 1. So that's a really fun thing. Like, I don't know how good it is. You know what I mean? Because it's like, well, I don't have a monster. I've got an ironclad. So you know what I mean? Or like,
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like a very conditional,
yeah,
you know, your opponent must be dancing on Wednesday for this to come into effect kind of thing. Like it's yeah.
exactly. She does have a thing too, where if she's taken any wounds, she goes from 2d6 on her bat attacks to 12 flat. But they're on fours and fours, -1 damage. But you do subtract 1 from hit rolls for whoever attacks her. So that's just kind of cool. That's the same as Chadakar. Uh, he has the same ability, or he had the same ability. I'm assuming he has it, in the new one, unless they changed it. But we will see. Um, I'd rather they just gave or Chadakar like a 5-up ward or something, just kind of make him a little more hardy, you know. But yeah, we'll see. Well, maybe he still gets the free dire wolves as well. Maybe he doesn't. Oh, okay. Alex says, I like that some monsters count as more around her. Um, I'm not sure what you mean.
What is it? What does it make monsters count as?
Yeah, I don't. It doesn't. I don't. I didn't think it made them make monsters count as any. She counts as 10 when she's in combat with them, right? Some monsters count as
Yeah.
more around her. Yeah, maybe I'm misunderstanding. Shout out to 901 Games, War Room Hobbies, nice. Oh yeah. Cool. Yeah, you just misread. That makes sense. They are. Anyway, she's just cool. I really like the model. I will pick her up. Same as I think Kato is better. You know, but hopefully, I don't know if he's still going to have that. Like, he can't get any of the bloodline keywords ability still. Uh, that will be annoying. Hopefully, they just chose one for him. And I literally don't care which one it is. Actually, except for Vangori. I have no interest in playing that. But, like, anything, even that, fine. Like, even that, right? You know, but whatever. We'll see. Hopefully, he just doesn't. I don't know. Anyway. So that's that. And then, on Sunday, we did get the announcement of that Ossiarch Bone Reapers and Soulblight Gravelords are on the way. That's exciting. I really like Soulblight. I'm interested to see what they do with them. I'm assuming it's going to be a Skaven-like book where they just don't do that much, but we'll see, right? Ossiarch Bone Reapers, on the other hand, I'm assuming they're going to do a lot with them because that book is much older. It's like what? It's like 2 years older than the Ossiarch book, I want to say. And the
Something
Ossiarch
like that.
book is newer than the FEC book. So, yeah.
They gotta be doing something big with FEC. Like,
Oh my
they're,
goodness.
I
Yeah.
think they have to be giving them like their own release kind of thing.
You mean
I think that
like
makes more
new
sense.
models?
Yeah, they're like new models, but also a dedicated release just for them. Because like Ossiarch and Soulblight are both coming out on the same day.
Right.
I think they wanted to give FEC the spotlight. Probably that's my prediction.
That would be cool. They did show that there's another book of some kind coming out around the same time, but I guess we'll. It could. So during the stream, someone said that the that book is that they said on the stream it's a battle tome specifically. I didn't hear that, and so then when I talked about this release, someone in the comments said they didn't say that. Like, so it could just be like a Thondia 2 kind of deal, or it could be anything. It could be a campaign book, or just something we don't know about. Um, so, what do you hope it is?
Uh, sorry, you're. I need to look at the roadmap again, but it's because
Oh,
are
right.
you expecting that it's going to be FEC and something else, or are you expecting
Um,
that something else could be FEC? Like,
whereas so. Oh, right. Wait, so Seraph is it, no, it's Seraphon and another book in the summer, isn't it?
let me take a look at the thing.
Yeah. All sorry, I didn't think to bring that up, but it's all just crazy conjecture anyway. Uh, Cato is or was Legion of Blood according to the novel. Really, Chad? Thank you so much for telling me. I still haven't read it. I talked about it because the paperback version is coming out soon. Um, but in the game, Chad, or at least his rules as they exist right now, he didn't have a legion and he couldn't get a keyword. So I really hope that's true. Like I don't even play Legion of Blood, but I think that would be dope. He needs some kind of like faction.
Okay, so for the spring,
Yep.
um, we've gotten through all the books in the spring now. Blades
Okay.
of Corn,
Yep.
Slaanesh,
Yep.
Bone Reapers, and Soulblight.
Yep.
In the summer, we have confirmed Seraphon,
Yep.
a General's Handbook,
Yep.
and then there's one other unknown book.
Okay. So that
So
could be FEC.
yeah, my opinion
Yeah.
is that
And
let's
wait,
talk.
wait, wait,
Okay,
wait.
so in
Before you go
autumn,
on, before you go
okay,
on, then isn't there two books in the fall?
yeah. So there's Cities of Sigmar and something else.
Ah,
So
okay.
I think FEC has to be guaranteed one of those two.
You
I
would
think.
think. Yeah.
And it would be weird for them to release like a Thondia thing alongside a General's Handbook, in my opinion,
Yeah.
because that's new. Is Thondia new battle plans as well, right?
And no, it's like or Thondia was its own thing where it was like it wasn't the GHB at all. It was like its own little mini GHB, not meant for competitive stuff. It's really meant for narrative play.
Do you think that they would release that at the same time as a new GHB though?
Um,
To introduce like
correct me.
because typically they would want to like string along more content for people, right?
That's a good point. I don't remember when Thondia came out though. I thought it was like right before summer. But I don't remember. I could have sworn it was like a summer thing. But uh, Robin says Seraphon, FEC, Cities of Sigmar. Who else? Yeah, I mean either something new,
So
uh, something
16th of
borrowed, or something
April was
blue.
Thondia.
What was that?
Thondia was the 16th of April.
Okay, huh? I mean, man. But we are getting a GHB. Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. Actually, I think that's a really good point. Also, the Thondia book. Okay, this is very minor. This is kind of conjecture, tinfoil hatty, but the Thondia book, if I remember right, and I don't think I ever saw it in person. I think it looked like a GHB, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. I who can tell me in the chat? Didn't the Thondia book look like, wasn't it shaped like the GHB, the same size as the GHB, and have the ring binding or whatever it's called?
It doesn't look like it. I'm looking at pictures.
Oh, really?
It looks like a regular battle tome.
Oh, damn. Okay. I was hoping that we could kind of like confirm, or not confirm, but like, you know, theorize. Oh, it's battle tome size. I know Rob has it because we actually played a game out of it. It's battle tome size. Okay, so it could be that then. But I agree. Hey, wait, Rob, do you I remember you bought the Thondia box. Did it come out around the same time as a GHB? Oh no, it couldn't have because you said April.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the GHB came out around June.
So an interesting thing as well is that
Yeah, that's a great point.
In the roadmap,
yeah,
it shows the unknown book, and then Seraphon, and then GHB. And when you look at the roadmap for the spring as well, everything's in the correct order, which makes me think that the unknown book is going to be the next thing to come out.
Really?
For Seraphon, so it actually might be a Seasons of War thing. Because if
I see, but even if they do it like a month later,
yeah.
Actually, you know what? Here's the other thing though too. So the General's Handbook, Seraphon, and Mystery Book are all going to come before 40k, right? Like no one thinks that they're going to release them right after 40k, right?
Probably, yeah. I would imagine 10th is going to get its own spotlight for like at least a couple weeks.
I would imagine like a month. Like there's going to be a huge ramp up. Rob says, I seem to recall Thondia came out before the GHB because I thought there was some confusion about whether Thondia was actually the GHB. That does sound familiar. Huh. You know what? Here's what I thought. When you said that it was in the right order, I was thinking FEC because, and then maybe they're not getting a big model release like we were kind of theorizing.
And what's interesting too is that so Seraphon's coming, which is a huge model overhaul, right?
Big deal.
And then in autumn, Cities of Sigmar is coming, and we know there's at least that one new kit. And you could theorize there's going to be at least one more. So they're getting somewhat of an overhaul too.
For cities?
Yeah.
For cities, they've announced that they're getting a major overhaul, like Sisters of Battle style.
So maybe it is less likely that FEC is going to get the same thing too, unless they're just like just going nuts this for the next couple seasons.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Here's everything.
Like, here's what I'm like. If they don't get a major release, I'm hoping it's at least like a Sylvaneth style thing where they get like 3 or so kits. I don't remember how many they got. Lady of Vines, Gossamet Archers. Oh, and the Bug Riding Duders, and maybe a small hero. I don't think so though. But that's like 3 kits, right?
But whatever that unknown book is in the summer, I think we're going to find out what it is soon.
Probably in
the next 2 weeks, I think.
Really? Why is that?
Just because I feel like probably what's going to happen is they're going to slip in one release before Warhammer World, the previews there, and then Warhammer World is going to kind of like build up hype for Seraphon.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Which is, and I think that's going to, my prediction is that Seraphon's going to be like late May, June-ish.
Yeah. Sorry, Rob, I didn't mean to ignore your thing. I just didn't see it. So he said Dark Dwarves. New book. Almost bet on it. You mean for summer? That would be wild. Right next to new Seraphon?
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
I mean, I would like that. Chaos Dwarves. But I don't think so. If we're getting Chaos Dwarves, I'm gonna say like Halloween time. You know? Oh no, later. You're saying in the fall. 3 new kits. Jamesy says 3 new kits for Sylvaneth, or for FEC rather, would almost double the amount of kits in FEC. Yeah. There's not a lot of kits. There's ghouls, Terrorgeist, Crypt Flayers? Oh, and the Arch Regent. Oh, and then there's the Vargeist. No, no, no. That's for Soulblight. I can't remember the name of him, but it's like the old Warhammer fantasy resin bat thing. I can't come up with it. I keep my mind keeps saying Vargskier, but that's the guy from Curse City. Um,
Yeah, Swords versus Seraphon would be one of the nuttiest boxes of all time. I agree. That'd be insane. I think that would blow a lot of people's minds, probably.
if it was what versus Seraphon?
Chaos, Chaos Dwarves
Oh,
versus
Chaos
Seraphon.
Dwarves, man, that would be wild. Yeah, I mean that sure would be cool. Actually, we know it's not that because Seraphon are getting their own box set.
Yeah,
But
the army box. Yeah.
even if they came out at the same time, that would be nutso because that's
I
a
wonder.
whole other army.
Yeah, I wonder if what they're gonna do is they're gonna release the Seraphon army box earlier, like they did with Slaves to Darkness.
Yes, yes,
You think so?
yes, I do.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think they kind of said that.
Okay.
I think they said that. So I think they said you won't have long to wait for the box set to drop. So I'm
I have a friend who he's getting into Age of Sigmar, and
yeah
he bought like a Sylvanet Vanguard box, and it's
okay
still sealed.
yeah.
And then he saw the previews for like the new Seraphon stuff. He's like, "Oh god, I have to
I
change armies
need that.
before I start. I need
Oh
it."
oh
So
dude, I have I have never in my life been this excited for a new release since the original Lizardman debuted in 1996 or 5 or whatever it was. I am I'm so excited. Like I can't even articulate it properly. I love dinosaurs. Like, did you ever watch the show, or maybe some of the viewers did? There was a show in the 80s called Dino Riders, and it was basically GI Joe, but with dinosaurs. And they're like ride dinosaurs, and the dinosaurs had like guns on the side of their heads and stuff like that. It was ridiculous, and I loved it so much. Yeah, Vargolf, thank you, thank you, thank you, James. That was bothering me so bad. Uh, yeah, that would be one of the nuttiest boxes of all time, though. They just released Chaos Dwarves and Total War 3. They have not released it yet, right? I think they're coming up. Actually, I don't think they've announced when they're coming. But yeah, wait, wasn't it you who said like, what if they do it at the same time? Wasn't it you?
Chaos Dwarves then?
Chaos
Oh, Chaos
Dwarves,
Dwarves in the Total War thing? Yeah,
Total
I
War,
did
right?
suggest that that could potentially be a thing.
Man, I mean, it's like it would be such a great idea because the wait, what do you spy? So in many aspects of style and digitally sculpted, you're dramatically underselling the rich lore and worlds of Dino Riders. Yeah, a
Dino
fellow.
Riders is the Bionicle of the 80s, guys.
It was, dude. I loved it so much. I still remember, like, I had the toys and stuff, but I actually, for Christmas one year, we lived with my grandma while my dad was physically building our house, and one of my grandmother's next door neighbors gave me a Dino Riders puzzle. And I wasn't into puzzles really particularly, but I was like, but it's Dino Riders, like here we go, you know. And it was like the weird T-Rex, and I don't remember if this is true or not, but I think it was like green and yellow. Yeah, and I remember the guns on the side of its head. That is the comment of the night, Rob. That's fantastic. It builds the hype in a very GW way. New jump pack Primaris Marines. Yes, that's what I was gonna say. Thank you, Robin. I was gonna say like, you know, I mean, a lot of us have been wondering if Space Marine 2 is gonna come out with 10th edition, right? Um, like that raising the tide just elevates all the boats, right? I just brutalized that expression completely beyond recognition, but it's true. It's still true. Um, man, I can't wait. Just can't wait to dark. I'm working on my Carnosaur right now. The straps
Nice.
aren't done, but
Oh,
his.
that looks really good.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
It's this webcam does not help anything, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with it so far. I just painted the base like one big color, and then I'm gonna kind of go in there into like the cracks and try and make it look like dirt and whatnot. Yeah, but the straps aren't done at all. I'm thinking maybe like, oh hell, hello. I asked some of the other guys, and they said maybe brown for the straps. You guys let me know in the comments what you think I should paint it. I'm thinking like
I think you can get away with like a nice lighter like cloth almost. It could look interesting. Like if you start with
oh
GW makes like Xandri dust, the
yep
starting with that and then just like Agrax Earthshade and then like bringing it up lighter a little bit more. Because if
yeah
it's like
yeah
dirty
absolutely
cloth, could be interesting.
yeah. I was hoping to make it contrast, but I think that would contrast, right? Yeah, I think that would.
It might blend in a little bit, but that's not the worst thing. Like I
No,
don't know. I don't think bringing attention to straps is the most important thing.
that's true. That's a great point. I did the other ones, like I tried to make it look like jungle vines, but I did that with like a moot green kind of color, and I think that would be blend in too much with his skin. Although again, like you said, that's not the worst thing in the world. I don't know what to do now. One second. I've left my painting palette in the water. I can hear you. Not over that direction. Over this way. Yeah.
Oh, where are you? Here.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm teleported.
So chat, I want you guys to pick a number between. Also, sorry about the dog in the background. 1 and 33, and that's going to be my nemesis for the upcoming tournament.
Oh. Oh right. So we haven't talked about cake or death. Uh, you default to pink or purple. I do. I love those colors. 33.
33.
Jesus.
It might not actually be 33. One sec. No, there's 34 people. So you picked.
34. Uh
That's Tommy actually.
oh. Here, okay, yeah. Like, let's get a quick get a quick poll, okay, in the
Quick
chat.
poll.
Yeah, like everyone
Do
shout
do
out.
like a WWE style, like Macho Man Randy Savage standing in front of the
Sure.
camera, being like, "I'm coming for you, Tommy
Yeah.
Bucky.
I
I'm
just
coming
watched
for you."
I just watched that episode of South Park last night where they have like a little wrestling league and they took your kids. Whatnot.
Yeah.
Oh man. So James has changed it to 34.
What?
Who's that?
Will Reeves.
Will
I've
Reeves.
never met this person.
He's coming for him. Going to have to start a Saga of Dice drinking game where we do something every time Rob walks away from the mic. Where you I'm
Just
not
gonna
sure
take a
what that
dump
means.
every time he walks away from the mic.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I hope you got the laxatives handy because that's a crazy thing to do every time I walk off screen. Um,
Danny has picked himself as my nemesis. I
oh,
can only,
Danny, are
like,
you
you
are
can
you
only have
number?
one nemesis. You realize that, right? Like you gotta keep changing it.
Oh man, that would be awesome though.
It's a terrible autocorrect ask.
That is the most unfortunate.
Hey guys, I got this cool game. Okay, every time Rob walks away, let's just soil ourselves. Okay, it's gonna be rad.
That is yeah, either the best autocorrect of all time or the worst. Nurgle alert.
I'll I'll drink chocolate milk to that.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man. Is it true, by the way, if you drink too much milk too quickly, you just can't keep it down?
I guess. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I think if you do that with anything, if you just like,
I've heard with milk though, it's kind of wild.
I mean, I guess, yeah, I guess you wouldn't. Have you always been lactose intolerant, or
No,
no?
no,
Okay,
I'm allergic to milk. But no, I have not always been. I was about 25 when it started. Yeah,
okay. Yeah, I
yeah.
mean, definitely, it doesn't feel good when you chug a bunch of milk. It's not something that
I
that I'm
haven't.
in the habit of doing.
Yeah, I haven't done it since I was a kid. But uh, do a shot, man. That still gets me. Um, James says yes. Apparently, it's true. I think I saw like a thing with Will Sasso, and he did like this Kenny Rogers Jackass skit on Mad TV, and they were all chugging milk. Whatever. Anyway, that's a funny skit. Can't talk about it too much because, yeah, inappropriate. Um, okay. Is it true that you already have the new hijack book? I don't have. No, I got nothing, Alex. I did. Maybe I shouldn't say. I did talk to someone else who streams, and I asked them, uh, like about like how when they started getting stuff from Games Workshop, and they told me that Games Workshop said to them you need at least 10,000 subscribers. So I'm a ways off.
I don't think Alex cares. I think he just wants you to get that book for him.
Just yeah, just do what it takes. Sell my
He does
body.
not care about the context. He doesn't care how or why.
I
He
don't.
just wants it.
I don't got nothing, Alex. I don't got nothings. Yeah. I hear rumors.
IJ's Iron Jaws.
Iron Jaws. Yeah, yeah. Alex is memeing. Don't mind him. Um, yeah.
Or Idanet the Jeepkin, depending on.
I'm a Jeepkin. Nice.
Yeah, it's just
All
people who are really into Jeeps.
all terrain Deepkin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. Um, yeah. So okay. So tournament is coming this weekend. It's hosted and put on by our very own Dale, and it's called Cake or Death. And we talked about it a little bit when he originally kind of announced it. The idea is you come and you play in the tournament. It's like a normal tournament, except that you can also bring a cake. And now you don't have to bring a cake, but you can bring a cake. And then there will be prizes for whoever makes the best cake, or
Yeah, there's a best cake. I think there's a according to judges and according to players as well. Um,
okay.
two separate prizes. And I guess the whole thing is like even if you get your butt kicked, then
You can still have
you get
fun.
cake. You
Yeah,
can still have cake.
that's cool.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun. There's just about 35 people. I think 34 based on what we just said, or I guess 33 if you include the ringer list that Dale made, just in case there's like an uneven amount of people.
Right.
Um, that'll be fun. There's a surprising amount of armies that I didn't expect. I knew I'd be seeing a lot of Gits,
Yep.
of which there's 4 people playing, but there's also 4 people playing Sylvaneth and 4 people playing Nighthaunt as well.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's gonna be interesting. There's 3 Nurgle players, and then after that, it's just like 2 of a bunch of other stuff and 1 of a bunch of other things. So
Wow. Huh. Well, so I think Matthias is playing Nurgle.
I think so.
Um, I guess I could bring the
Yes.
lists up. I didn't. I didn't think about. Well, anyway, so he's playing Nurgle. Andy is playing Sylvaneth, so they're both part of the problem, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, everyone should play what they want.
I mean, I'm actually really happy to see this big of a spread of different armies.
Yeah.
Like, I was worried that I was going to see like a whole bunch of just like the recent armies, but it just seems like yeah, everyone wants to play what they want to play. So
Heck yeah. James says Ironjaw's new book is strange. Brutes and Maw Crusher are legendary. Is there a new Ironjaw's book that I don't know about? And did they change it from Auric War Clans to Ironjaws? Because I'm mighty confused now, people. Um, both cake and death. Robin chooses both. I get it now. Please, and then Justice Forgets. Yes, Justice Forgets. Did you? Oh wait, that might be. Oh no, it's not out yet. So Carson and I did film a battle report with a hidden Justice Forgets in the background, but I forgot it's not out yet. So
it's also on Patreon.
no, it's not on. Yeah, it will be on Patreon.
It will be on Patreon.
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. We haven't done the openings yet, so once we do that, it should be out relatively soon after that. Cake by Death. No new book. Okay, okay. I'm just like, wow, I am way more out of the loop than I thought. I was like, it is one of the oldest 3.0 books, but you'd think that we get all the 2.0 books first, but I don't know. Oh dear.
I sent you the list of.
Oh, cool.
Your,
Oh,
yeah.
sick. Awesome. Okay, so I will pull that up And while I'm doing that, maybe you can sing a song or.
No copyright. Oh, my dog doesn't like that I'm doing this. I'm sorry. Please
You
don't
never
yell
know.
at me.
Oh, that's funny.
Anytime I do anything unexpected, my dog is like, shut up.
I like it. I really like it. Okay. Boop, and then okay. So, can you guys see this?
I can see it.
Okay. Cool. So then, where is it? Okay. So we've got Alex Butler, and he's playing Iron Jaws, Iron Sons. He's also not checked into the hotel yet, so that's good. That's what that means, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Very convenient. Um, okay. And then we've got another Alex playing Blades of Corn. Um, Alex Leslie. I feel like I've heard that name before. Anyway. And then we've got Andy, who's playing Sylvaneth. Yeah. And then Braden. Uh, awesome guy Braden. I'm just going to accept these cookies. I wish I could have customized it, but it's annoying the bejeebers out of me. Emerald Host. Okay. So I was kind of thinking Emerald Host was sort of the best at the start because you don't have to like pick a particular unit and just lean into that. Um, and then it seemed like the meta sort of went away from it and more towards Scarlet Doom in particular. But that's awesome. Man. Oh, you can view the list.
Yeah, you can take a look at the specifics.
Whoops.
There's a lot of people. Which one are you looking at?
I was trying to look at the Nighthaunt one. Oh, I don't have an account. Ugh.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay, whatever. Um, and then we got Carson, who's bringing the Meat Fist. He's from the Meat Dimension.
Welcome to the Meat Dimension, my friends.
Mm-hmm.
It's meeting time.
Yep, it's time to meet and
Yeah, a
meet.
lot of the Sylvaneth players I see running, uh, like Spirit Bombs for sure.
Right.
Alariel is in 2 out of the 4 lists,
Really?
which is kind of interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think Durthu might be in all of them.
Dirthu's gotta be. He's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's so annoying to fight.
the goat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although one thing I do want to say, this is just pure like, um, what's it called? Like out of
Spite.
what's a spite? I guess yeah, is a good word. Is just to see Durthu like pop up out of nowhere and just like stop someone's loon shrine and then just like disappear off into the distance.
Yeah, that's spite.
I'm just waiting for somebody to just like not guard their loon shrine enough and just like, and just like
Bam.
yeah.
Got to do like an Emerald impression when they do it.
Yeah.
Quicksilver. James says Quicksilver is the best. Yeah, Quicksilver is the one with the Harridans, I think they're called. The ladies with the double scythes. Um, they're awesome. I don't disagree. We didn't have any. My son is the main one who collects Nighthaunt. He really likes Ghost, but I have sort of supplemented his army to kind of play with it sometimes, and we just didn't have any of the Dread Scythe Harridans. So yeah, um, double Durthu. Wow. I don't need friends. I have double Durthu. Well, it's a good thing, Robin, because those things are not unrelated. Maybe I'm just kidding. Um, yeah, Durthu. Okay, so then we got Carson. We've got Chris Lemoy playing Jaws of Mork. Very nice. Gotta love a good
There's
Jaws of
actually
Mork.
only one Jaws of Mork player out of all the Gloomspite
That's
armies.
interesting. I've seen so during the kind of book review that we did with Ricky Fisher and Dan Schwind, they were both kind of saying that they didn't think that Jaws was necessary, and they kind of really liked the King's Gits, even if you're just playing all squigs, because then you just get that reroll on getting stuff back. Um,
Yeah.
it's interesting. I like the simplicity of Jaws of Mork. It's just get an extra attack on the charge with your mouth attacks, and those things are probably some of the deadliest things in the army. I mean, unless you're talking about the Boingrot's Bounder spears or uh, well, what else? Not much else, really. So anyway, yeah, I do like it. You're taking, yeah. Danny says he's taking King's Gets. Yeah, that's
Yeah, I saw
interesting.
2 Kings gets lists on there.
Huh.
And then there's one Jaws of Mork, as you can see there, and then there's the other one that's the Trogoth healing one.
The
Uh,
right, yeah, the
Grog something.
Glog's Mega Mob, I
Yeah,
think it's called. Yeah, that's my favorite. Not like lore wise, just like, yeah, I just like smashing things with trolls and then healing. It's just fun.
that's fair.
Yes, Danny, heck yeah, he's bringing the Leering Git Shield. I love that thing. I think that thing is just crazy because like you throw it into a bunch of squigs and then watch them obliterate themselves, or whatever. Like anything with a lot of attacks, and you know, you do a lot of damage into them, and then they do a lot of damage to themselves. Yeah, that's fantastic, and it's just kind of like a good deterrent, from attacking him. Yeah, I had a friend do 7 mortal wounds to himself in his attack phase. Like he rolled 7 ones. Anyway, cool. And then don't forget though, Danny, if something dies to it, like I know you know this, but like I almost forgot a bunch of times when if something kills him, it's permanently -1. Yeah, shooting deterrent exactly. Yeah, and you've got fight another day exactly. That's what I like to run too. That's. Mwah. Dale's running Luminous Realm Lords, but you said he's like the what you call it?
The Ringer.
The
So
ringer.
yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm not actually sure how that's gonna work because I think he's a TO as well. So if he's
He
just playing a game at the same time,
so I think he's just like the fill-in guy in case there's like odd, right?
yeah,
Oh
which
no,
there are.
oh I see, but there are odd because there's 34 including him.
Yeah,
Ah,
I guess someone could not show up as well. That's possible.
it's not that uncommon really.
Yeah,
This is a good turnout for like a first time tournament, hey?
yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I think mid 30s amount of people is like really, that's a good first start for sure.
right.
Um, there's still definitely some like competitive armies in here.
Yep,
Uh,
for sure. There's some pretty hard lists in here. Alex says he's a ringer with a relatively soft list. I'm assuming relatively means for Lumineth, like relatively speaking, but I'm not putting words in your mouth, but I'm, you know, reading between the lines. So you can sit on the bottom middle tables, maybe teach. Cool. Very cool. Then we've got Dan, Dispossessed Dan, formerly known as, and he's bringing also Meat Fist. Heck yeah. You should grudge Dan. Just have meat on meat action.
I can't. You know, he has all the same goals I do. So
That's true. That's true. Yeah. Nope. You turned it around for
fellow meat
me.
fist.
Um,
Watch, he's gonna be like the first person I play against.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Dan
Exactly.
has an interesting list. I saw. I took a look because I had to see what
Okay.
the fellow meat fist player was
Yeah.
using, and he's got his general as an Icebrow Hunter, um, who has the Touched by Everwinter command trait, which gives him a prayer. So he's using Pulverizing Hailstorm there.
Okay.
Um, so I'll be curious to see what he's going to be like, what his plan is with the Icebrow Hunter and the Frost Sabers and stuff.
Is the
Um,
Icebrow Hunter the new guy like Moosey?
nope, that's it's the old hunter.
Oh, that's the
Uh,
Blood Pelt Hunter.
he's the one that like deep strikes with
With the
the
wolves.
wolves. Yeah,
Right. Right. Okay. Cool. Uh, James says Emetrica means stone and minotaurs, right? Yeah, basically. And Alex, I am not reading that comment. Thank you, but no.
but I did read it, and I'm excited.
Take it and go. Danny has told us a little bit about his list. Feel free to tell us more, Danny. That sounds freaking awesome. I love Jaws of Mork. Do you have how many manglers do you have, or do you have any manglers outside of your You're a Capitan. And then we've got Darren with Maggotkin. So glad Darren is playing AOS again. He used to be Maggotkin player. That's his first army in Age of Sigmar, if I remember right, because I remember I ran a Path to Glory campaign, and he was playing Maggotkin when I was playing Ina Deepkin, and his wife Veronica was playing Soulblight, but it was just what's it called? Legions of Nagash, and she was playing Neferata, and I did like a very oh no, it wasn't Path to Glory, it was a narrative campaign that I didn't participate in. I just ran it, and I had like riddles and stuff like that. It was really fun. And then we got Dwight Evans playing KO. I don't know Dwight, but I know a little bit about KO, and they like to pew pew.
Yeah, KO is a big unknown for me. I don't think I've played a 2,000 point game against KO at all. So
Wow.
this is it's gonna be painful for me, I think.
We do have a battle report up. It's KO versus Beasts of Chaos, and
Oh no, I did watch that one. That's
did
right.
you? Yeah, yeah. So I mean, it's not bad. It's a decent way of kind of seeing. Man, that artifact is crazy.
Yeah, 13 mortal wounds.
13, man. I love the effect that James put on there, where it was like ticking up with it. 1, 2, 3. Um, just the loom boss. Hey, I love it, Danny. I'm not trying to shame you for not bringing multiple manglers, because if you bring if you're bringing one mangler, especially an overpriced one like the loom boss on mangler is, you're already winning in my heart. Okay. Melee KO, is that right, James? I don't know KO well enough. I know Barrack Zon I've never heard of before, so that would check out. Um, and then, oh, sorry, I forgot to say. So just the Loom Boss. My list is half competitive, half bringing the coolest models. Heck yeah. So Snufflers, Gobapalooza, Kit Bash, Dobby. Heck yeah. What did you Kit Bash Dobby with? I just built the regular model because I have KB as well, and then I kind of painted him like a Git. Eric's brought Hosts of the Everchosen. Um,
Yeah, he's
so
got an interesting list. I'm gonna
yeah,
read it out if that's okay. It's
yeah.
kind of scaring me. So he's got a sorcerer lord,
Yeah.
and then he's got a contorted epitome.
Oh, by the way, Carson plays Slaves to Darkness. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I haven't actually. Oh, cool. Contorted epitome is a Slanesh
it's a
model.
Slanesh model he's allied in.
Yeah,
Uh,
and then he's got a second sorcerer lord, so he's just going all spells. And then his battle line, for his battle line, he's got one group of 10 chosen,
yeah,
which have the Slanesh banner.
yeah,
He's got a second group of 10 chosen, which have the Nurgle banner.
nice.
So he's got 20 total chosen, which is terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
And then 5 Chaos Knights that are also Slanesh. And then he's running 10 Chaos Warriors and some, what's it called? Kabbalists? The
Oh,
Unmade.
yep.
So he's definitely going for like a heavy hammer list. Like,
No.
if he gets the charge on you, then you're kind of screwed. That's going to be painful.
Yeah,
Also a Soul Scream Bridge as well.
that's that's really good, because that kind of solves the mobility problem, I think. That seems like a really fun list, and it's not too many models. Well, I guess it's not a small amount of models, but it's not that many, even with the Cabalus, the
Yeah.
the Raven guys, I think. Um,
The Unmade or the
Unmade,
they're the ones with like their
right?
faces ripped off and stuff.
Oh,
Like
they're the
they're
Shaiish ones.
yeah,
Yeah, right.
or I think so. Because the
The
one you were thinking of are the Corvus
Corvus
Cabal.
Cabal, yeah. But I thought he had those too.
I'm not sure.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Barracks on +1 to hit and wounds in melee. Whoa! I didn't even know about that. I never even heard of it. That's so fun. I'm guessing they take frigates and skywardens. So I guess, wow, yeah, that sounds so different. I love it. Party bus. It was in the Discord. Drummer, piper, trumpet, and guide chugging potion. uh, I I know the party bus from the WhatsApp group, but I'm not sure what the party bus is in regards to is it like a snot wagon or something, Danny? That's freaking hilarious. Okay, and then we got Hillary with Iron Rock, Eineth Deepkin. So Iron Rock is the one where the king can hand out like run and charge or retreat and charge to an Achillean unit, I believe only. It's been a while since I played Iron Rock. Yeah, Hillary's models are just freaking gorgeous. So prepared to be delighted. And then we got Jared with Gnarl Root. um, so another Sylvaneth, another Gnarl Root. Yeah, not not much to say about that. And then we got Jeremy Lemoy playing Cities. Um, and I don't.
Cities is another unknown one for me. I don't think I've ever played any game against cities, to be honest.
It's not easy to find people that play Cities right now. I feel like. Does it say which is his subfaction?
It will in the list. Let me just pull that up here. Jeremy Lavoie, he said.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Lemoy.
he's got Tempest's Eye.
Okay. Oh, Tempest Eye. Yeah, that's the shooty dwarf one.
Okay.
That's the one that Andy brings normally when he plays Cities on the channel. You can find those, and it's horrifying. Like, yeah, it's like usually you go for the double turn. In Andy's list, he had +1 to hit from like basically for the whole army from his what's it called, the the weird carriage magic guy. God dang it, I can't remember it. And then there's usually +1 to wound as well. So there's like this huge shooting buff bubble of +1 to hit and wound for basically the whole army.
Well, what's interesting too is he's also got a unit of Stormdrake Guard. Oh wait, what is Stormdrake Guard?
Stormdrake is the dragons.
He's got unit of Stormdrake Guard, and then
Okay.
he's got Dracothian Guard as well. So he's running dragons.
And I guess fulminators.
Nope.
It just says Dracothian guard. Oh, those are the two. Those are the two actual flying dragons. Hey.
Yeah.
Right. I always those names are insane to me. Okay. So he's got Stormdrake Guard and he's got what was the other one?
He's got Stormdrake Guard and Dracothian Guard Tempesters.
Oh, Tempesters. Got it.
Yeah.
Ah. Huh.
And then 2 units of Free Guild Crossbowmen.
Wow. James says his cities list is amazing. Add 3 inches turn 1 to movement, +1 to save round 1. That's for all of Tempest Eye. But then you wouldn't get it on the dragons though, right? Because that's like a sub-faction thing. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they can get it in Stormcast. I don't know. I know nothing. Jon Snow. City Dobby with his drummer plus Squig Herder Piper. Rad. That's amazing. Grincrack Trumpet and Converted Fanatic from Zarbag. Damn. Awesome. That sounds freaking dope. Oh, they gain the. Oh, wow. They gain the keyword. I didn't know that. That is completely insane. That is. Wow. So they're rocking. All the Stormcast buddies are rocking a 2-up, I guess. Cities. Wow. That's pretty cool, actually. I like it. Okay, so then we got John Zoshak, I'm guessing. Sylvaneth Heartwood. I believe Heartwood is the one that makes the Kurnoth Hunters battle line. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. I don't play the army. I'm just.
That would make sense because he's got 6 scythes, Kurnoth scythes.
He's got 6 units of
as
scythe.
Battle line. No, 6. 1 unit of 6.
Okay.
As battle line.
Got it. Yeah, that makes sense then. I was like, can you even fit that many? I think you can, but 6 units of 3. Oh, that would be so rad. Oh man, I kind of want to do that now. Just all the scythes. Actually, I really like the bow guys. They're my favorites. Okay, that's really cool. And then we've got Joseph Tsai, and he's got Caradron Overlords, Barak Nar. I don't remember Barak Nar, but it sounds familiar. Oh, we got another Iron Jaws. Alex, you should grudge him. Bloodtooths. I believe Bloodtooths is the. Oh wait, maybe not. Are those the guys with the pigs? Pigs are battle line. Oh, James says, yep, battle line and that. That's the 4+ command point. Oh, right. He's talking for Sylvaneth. Josh is running essentially my old pigs list. Dope. Well, then you should definitely grudge him. Am I right?
Sounds fair to me.
Meat on meat and pig on pig. Anyway, Kenrick block Stormcast Eternals Hollowed Knights. I don't. Huh. That sounds like a very narrative list, but correct me if I'm wrong. I don't remember Hallowed Knights very well at all.
So myself, Kenrick, Braden, and Sean have been like practicing together a little bit.
Okay.
We're
You
gonna be
know
meeting up.
Kenrick?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, he hangs out at Magic Stronghold a bunch. All those guys came to charge as well. Super cool people. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I haven't actually played his 2K list yet, but Kenrick is bringing a lot of Annihilators, which are going to be like deep striking in.
Cool. Hopefully Eric isn't around, because don't get him started about Annihilators, but...
I might be wrong, actually.
Oh, Alex says lots of CP, lots of melee. Josh is running essentially... Oh, wait. Okay, I'm looking at the wrong thing, I think.
8K for Gardas.
Oh.
Yeah, he has Gardas in there.
Oh, for Gardas. Yeah, Gardas is, 5+ board boy.
I actually don't see Annihilators in here anymore, so he might have changed it since the last time I saw it.
Okay.
He's got 2 units of 5 Vindictors, 1 unit of 5 Liberators, 2 Stormdrake Guard, 1 Stormstrike Chariot, 3 Vanguard Raptors, with long strike crossbows.
Gotcha.
And he's got a Sharpshooters battalion as well.
Right. So I actually do know. So is Kenrick? Is he new? Is he newish to the game? Kind of new.
He played 40K for a while and transitioned to AOS.
But he transitioned to AOS somewhat recently.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, and I won't give a tip on his thing because I don't want him to, But we did give tips for Stormcast and playing against Stormcast in our Stormcast review. So if it's worth it for you, right? And then we've got Kyle LaRue, I think is how you pronounce it, playing Skaven. Can you tell me his list, because I didn't know there was another Skaven, or there was a Skaven player there, and that's freaking awesome, and I just kind of want to know what he's playing.
Sure. So from top to bottom,
yeah,
it doesn't actually say his subfaction.
There's no Skaven subfactions.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yep, I bet.
No worries.
So he's running Grand Strategy, no place for the weak.
Okay.
Indomitable Triumph. His leader is a Deathmaster.
Oh.
Or he has a Deathmaster leader, not the general, my bad.
Okay, cool.
But it's using the Shadow Magnet.
Nice.
He's got Thankwall.
Yeah. Good.
Death Frenzy.
Good call.
He's got a Warlock Engineer with the Warp Lightning Shield spell.
Nice.
He has a Master Molder, who is the general, and has the command trait Horde Master.
Yeah.
And the Foulhide artifact.
Foulhide, I think, is the one that gives him 10 wounds. The Horde Master, I believe, is the one where you can recycle troops on a 3-up outside of his command ability. So you can recycle 2 troops per phase, or you can essentially get a reroll on your recycling troops. It's kind of the same. You can do either one. Matthias ran it, I believe.
Gotcha.
So I'm guessing there's some rat ogres and or giant rats in there, and maybe some warp lightning cannons because he's got an engineer.
Yep. So he's got a unit of 18 giant rats.
Nice.
He's got 20 clan rats, 20 storm vermin.
Yeah.
Four rat ogres with 2 warp fire guns.
He's got he's got 4 rat ogres. Okay, sorry.
Yep. And then he's got 2 warp lightning cannons.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he's got 2 endless spells, one of which is the Bell of Doom, and one of which is the Warp Lightning Vortex.
Okay. I like it. It's a little different than what you see normally. And it's got Spanky, so I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
James says hopefully he's running 3 bells. No, I don't wish bad things on people, James. 2 bells max. 2 bells max. You're 2 minutes behind. Oh man, I hate when that happens, Robin. You just click on the live button, it'll get you caught up. But yeah. Oh, sorry. So then, okay, and then we've got Matt Beasley, who needs no introduction to anyone in the area. One of the strongest players of playing Age of Sigmar, period, and he's playing Disciples of Zeech. So he's someone to look out for. I will feel nothing if we give away all the secrets to his list, but I don't know how to do that. So do you want to? But maybe you could read it out and just tell us what he's got and what faction he's playing.
Matt Beasley.
Yeah.
So he's going to be running Eternal Conflagration.
Oh, okay.
Subtraction. For leaders, he's got a Magister, a Kairos Fate Weaver, and a Flux Master.
Nice.
Battleliner, 2 units of 10 Horrors of Tzeentch.
Cool.
Pink Horrors.
Yep.
And then 10 Kyric Acolytes. I have to be honest, I'm not super familiar with Tzeentch.
Yeah, Kyric Acolytes are just kind of like the normal, like, duders. Mortal guys, yeah.
He's got Untamed Beast, and then he's just got 3 endless spells.
He's got Untamed Beasts, like allies, I guess.
I don't know if they are allies in Siege, but maybe.
Wouldn't they be like cultist allies, like Slaves to Darkness allies?
They actually, yeah, they might be. You might be right. Then he's got 6 Zangor Enlightened on Discs of Siege.
Oh, cool. I think the Enlightened are the ones that make it stops you from using CP in like 6 inches, but I could be wrong. Oh man. James says how many acolytes? Is it 20 or 10?
10.
10. Right on. That's cool. Run, it's the Langoliers. I remember that. Wasn't that like a Stephen King movie? Anyway. Yo, Sean, what's up, man? I feel like it's been a little while. Okay, and then so we've done. So that's Matt's list. That sounds really cool. I love Tzeentch. He's my second favorite Chaos God after the one true Chaos God that is the Horned Rat. The Horned Rat, he represents every aspect of chaos. Like he really is the one true Chaos God. Everyone needs to bow down and worship. Anyway, that's my sermon done for the week on the wonders of the Great Horned Rat. So now we've got Matthew Leckman playing Maggotkin of Nurgle, Blessed Sons. Awesome. I don't know Blessed Sons. Interesting. Does he? Should we do we want to talk about his list, or are we good?
I'm good.
Okay. And then we've got Matthias, who also needs no introduction on this channel. Very strong player. He actually won the CL Open last year with Nurgle. Does he have the Glotkin in his list? I'm just curious because
yes, yeah, he does.
Nice.
Matthias is also running. Wait, did I click on the right list?
I don't know.
Matthias is also running Blessed Sons.
Okay.
Which is, it is if a friendly Blessed Sons mortal model is slain within 1 inch of an enemy unit before removing that model from play, pick one enemy unit within 1 inch of that model and roll a number of dice equal to the wounds characteristic of that model. For each 6, give that enemy unit 1 disease point. So basically, it's like Nurgle's version of Stormcast's, like
totally
on death.
Yeah, or it's kind of like the KO one too.
Yeah.
So that's in melee, I assume.
Yeah. If a Nurgle model dies within 1 inch of an enemy unit, then that happens.
Oh, within 1 inch.
Yeah.
That's an important distinction. Huh.
That's true. So I could stay outside of an inch as ogres.
Yeah.
Or that might be kind of hard. Actually, that's impossible. Now that I think about it.
Well, you'd have to.
Because go ahead.
Well, so you could you only need one model to be within half an inch to make the charge. So then if you attack first.
Yeah, but it's within 1 inch of an enemy unit. It doesn't matter if it's
not enemy unit.
Yeah.
Most unfortunate, my lord. Okay. Okay. Or I guess you could remove, if you get attacked first, you could remove the model within 1 inch and then pile in to just attack back.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some stuff you can play with there.
I like it. And then it looks like, oh no, this is not the last list. Mike Steele is playing Scarlet Doom. Um, that's the one with the Blade Geist Revenants being battle line,
Yeah,
and they do mortals on the charge on fours.
yeah, he's got two on fives, but he's got two
Oh,
units at
fives, right,
20.
right. I was thinking
Uh,
of Boingrots.
yeah, or
Six.
Meat Fist.
Eee.
I guess that's Meat Fist is different though because it's the charge roll that you roll the amount of dice for, whereas this one is per
Okay.
model in the unit.
Yeah,
So 2 units, yeah. If you get 20 blade cases that actually get into combat,
yeah,
that's a lot of mortal wounds for sure.
that's awesome. And then we've got Miranda Krembrink bringing Night Haunt, the Grieving Legion. I don't remember the Grieving Legion. I think it's the fourth one. Wait, or is there? Wait, are there? I thought there were four. You got the.
There's Emerald Host, Scarlet Doom, Quicksilver Dead, and Grieving Legion.
I don't remember what
Uh,
Grieving Legion does.
that one is enemy units cannot retreat while they're within 3 inches of any friendly Grieving unit Legion units,
Oh,
with 10 or more models.
whoa, that's fun.
Yeah,
That's
it's neat.
really cool. Yeah, huh. I really like it. Okay, and then we got Nick Close playing Sons of Behemat. Oh, I don't know Miranda, so I don't want to pick on her list too much. So that's why I wasn't going to go into it too much, you know. Um, and Nick Close, Sons of Behemat, Breaker Tribe. That's awesome. I don't know him either. Um, but Sons of Behemat are kind of struggling right now. Basically, as Alex always says, it's a DPS check. Oh, James says take Rotmeyers. Wait, what? Ask me. I missed a bunch of. Ask me about my magic turkey cult. Need to know more intensifies. It's the one everyone runs, right? I'm not sure what that was referring to, James. Sorry. Yes, I am the rat daddy. Take Rotmeyers. Um, that's a great idea. Yeah, because the Rotmeyers are just pumping out the disease points. Hey. Miranda's Night Hunt color scheme is top shelf. Cool. That's awesome. It'll be one to look out for sure. A nicely painted Night Hunt list is, you know. Um, then we got Ricky Fisher, who also needs no introduction. He did. He was kind enough to do the Gloomspite Gets. What do you call it? Book review. He's bringing trolls mostly. I think he has 2 packs of 6, or no, he definitely has rock guts, and he's got some stabas and a Meyer Brute, or not a Meyer Brute, that's KB. He's got the Trog boss, and yeah, it's a fun list. Is he bringing Glog's Mega Mob or is it King's Gets?
He's King Skits.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's funny.
He So it doesn't actually say the number of Troggoths here. When it's 320 points, is that
That's 2 units basically. 1 pack of 6.
so? He's got a pack of 9 Troggoths, um,
Whoa!
and then 2 additional packs of 6 Troggoths. So he's running.
All rock guts, right?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
running. I get what is that? 29? Or sorry, 21.
21. Atta boy, Ricky. Let's go. That's
Yeah, that's a
fun.
lot.
Yeah,
That's
that's a
that's gonna be
lot.
painful.
Okay. Especially because if he recycles a unit of 9 rock guts, he gets a unit of 5 rock guts, right?
Yeah,
So it's pretty
I
good.
gotta do
Okay.
something about that moon shrine. That's gonna be
Nice.
pain.
Oh man. Oh, Bahamut says you got the boarding patrol. By the way, welcome Bahamut. Patrol for Necrons. Just too good a deal. That's awesome. Uh, Carson's a huge fan of Necrons, actually. Not playing them as much lately, but still a fan.
Do
Uh,
like me some Necrons.
you do, you do. Okay, and then we got. Oh, I didn't know, Rob. I didn't know you were playing in this tournament. Playing Hammers of Sigmar. Rob is the most loyalist true Stormcast fan I have ever met. He has like every army, but every time he plays Stormcast Hammers of Sigmar, it's a thing to behold, you know. Or if you let him, you know, which I don't. I'm like, no, you got to bring something different this time, buddy. We need variety on the channel. Thank you. And then we got Rowan playing Beasts of Chaos, Darkwalkers. He's been on a couple of times lately with the new Beasts of Chaos, and we've got a battle report coming probably next week, and it is some of the craziest stuff outside of me and Carson's battles that have ever happened. Outside of our Patreon battles, I don't want to spoil anything, but it's wild. It's hilarious, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. Bahamut says 10 Lichguard, 10 Warriors, and 3 Ophidians. I'm assuming that means something to you, Carson.
I think he's talking about the boarding patrol for Necrons.
Yeah, but I don't know what Lichguard are, and I don't know what Ophidians are.
Lichguard are like the super tanky foot dudes who can either have a war scythe or sword and board. And then 10 warriors are pretty standard, and then the Ophidian destroyers are like they look like the old plastic wraiths. Do you remember the original wraith models, the metal one where it was just like a spine and like shoulder pads with like some things?
Yeah.
The Ophidians kind of look like that. I honestly have never actually used them in the new Necrons.
That's probably why I don't know them. Are the Lichguard the ones that fly and like kill stuff?
Those are like the variant. Those are Praetorians.
Oh, right. Yeah. So, are they the same kit that you can build two different ways? Yep. I see.
Yep.
Huh. I mean, that seems like a good deal. I don't, you know. Okay. And then we've got Ryan playing Glog's Mega Mob. Attaboy, Ryan. Does he have a lot of trolls as well, I assume?
He has...
I bet he has some Fellwaters.
Yeah, he's got 2 units of 6 Rock Guts.
Okay.
He's got 1 unit of 6 Fellwaters.
Yeah.
And then he's got a unit of 3 Fellwaters.
Nice.
And then a unit of 3 Dankolds.
A unit of 3 Dankhold?
Yeah.
He's got a unit of 3 Dankhold Troggoths?
I might be wrong about that. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's the whatever the non-reinforced number is.
Oh, okay, so he's got like a unit. He's got a Dankhold Troggoth.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like 180 points, I want to say.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's because you can reinforce them, but you can't reinforce them twice because they're not battle line. But
that's my bad. Just the one.
No. I just I'm just clarifying for the peoples. And then we've got Sean Blake. What up, Sean? Sean's going to it, and he is taking Sylvaneth. That is freaking awesome.
Yeah, I played against his list last Thursday.
Sean says, my list, LOL, let's skip right on past that. Okay, then. We're just moving on down. I'm just not even going to have it on the screen there. And then we've got Tanner playing Fire Slayer's Lofnir. I don't know about that, but that is cool. I mean, Fire Slayers are just kind of dope. I'm assuming it's probably a lot of Hearthguard. Not everyone can be like Alex and just play all the Magma Droths, so you know, we forgive them. We understand.
Well, he's got 2 Magma Droths.
Nay!
So. Apparently he can be like him. So.
Well, Alex was playing 6.
Oh.
Just Magma Droths. That's all he brought. Yeah.
Nice.
It was good. Yeah, no, I mean that's awesome. They're very, very, very tanky. Very tanky. And then we got our own Tommy Bakke, Warp Dice, playing Nighthaunt Scarlet Doom. That's awesome. Scarlet Doom, I believe, is the Bladegeist one, but
yep.
Yeah, okay. I know I said it earlier, but the Grieving Legion thing just blew my mind up. And then we got Will Reeves playing Blades of Corn, Reapers of Vengeance. Got to be very careful with that pronunciation. Yeah, that's everything. That's pretty fun. Is it? Are you guys allowed to use the new Slaanesh and Khorne books in this tournament?
Yep.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Because they're When did they come out? Last weekend? Like 3 days ago or 4 days ago or something? 3 days ago?
I want to say not this weekend that just happened, but the weekend prior.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's more than enough time. I mean, with the previews and everything,
yeah.
the
I
hard
mean, I
part.
know some tournaments will say that you have to have an FAQ before.
Yep. And some of them just give like enough time so that people can like practice against them and sort of work out some of the rules. Uh,
Yeah,
Rob says, yeah, New Slanesh and Corn books are back on the menu, boys. Got it. Um, two unannounced book cities and Chaos Dwarves. Nice. Heck yeah. I
one cities is announced though.
The cities. Oh, that's true. The cities is that yeah. The cities one is announced. Is it
Can
called
you imagine
cities?
if they're just like the unannounced book, also cities? And you're
Also
just
cities.
like,
Yeah. This is like there's one book is uptown and the other one's downtown. Um, they hit on the 26th of March, which I think was just on the cutoff line. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can use non-FAQ books, but expect rulings to go against you. Yeah, that's actually a good idea, hey? Like, that's a great idea. Unless it's like pretty clear cut. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah. Do I? This book says I get to roll 3d6 on the charge. It's like, yeah, well, we'll see. They might FAQ that out, you know. Like, but everyone else has it. Um, Dale can be a fickle mistress, though. So, yeah, you gotta look out for him. I'm just kidding. This looks really fun, man. Like that's a lot of people for his first tournament. It's a really cool and original theme, and I have no doubt it will be a quite the success. Um, what do we got? We got oh, and there's he did say sort of announce something in our chat, but I don't know if it's a surprise or not. So
no,
he's
he announced it in the Age of Sigmar Discord as well.
oh, okay. The
He,
box,
yeah, so every
nice.
round will have a theme where, for example, if you're the first person to fail a reroll double charge, or sorry, if you're the first person to fail a reroll double one charge, that's phrased very weirdly.
Yeah,
Basically, if you reroll a charge and you get double ones, you would get a prize, as an example.
very cool.
And the prize can either be whatever is like shown to you, or he also has a mystery box.
Nice.
Um, which I'm gonna pick that every single time, and it's probably gonna be like a fake dog turd or something like that. Like,
Oh man, I would be so happy if I got a fake dog turd.
it's like you can have this Vanguard box or the mystery box.
What's in the box? Yeah. Anyone watch UHF? No? It's Weird Al Yankovic made a movie in like the 80s, and it was like a bunch of like fake sort of spoofy TV shows, and one of them was like Deal or No Deal. And then I think it was Wheel of Fish, and it had the guy from. Anyway, he's like, you can trade everything for what's in the box, and then she's like, I'll take what's in the box, and then there's nothing in the box. He's like, nothing. You are so stupid. It just goes after her. Yeah, good times. I mean, I hope everyone chooses the box every. I mean, I don't think people are gonna pick it over a Vanguard box, right? Like, is that the prize? Like, has he shown anything that like it's like you can have this or what's in the box?
Uh, I don't know what the prizes correlate to that he has
Fair.
shown,
Yeah.
but he did show off. Where were those? Maybe it's in the advertisement chat. Yeah. So he's got like a bunch of trophies and stuff.
Okay.
And then from what he showed in the picture, there's a Vanguard Bloomspite kits, a
Neat.
Vanguard for
Dang.
Blades of Corn, and
Wow.
a start collecting for Caradron Overlords.
Wow.
Yeah, and then he also said that that's not the only stuff that's up for grabs too. So
I'm assuming though those are the prizes for like best general, best overall, best painted or something or
possibly, yeah.
okay.
I don't. He didn't say what they were, what they correlated to. So
Okay. Wow.
only he knows.
Not I am not he, so I do not know. Um,
Yeah.
wow. I mean, yeah, that's super awesome. Well, I'm sure we'll talk about it a bit next week. Next week will be the Blades of Corn, I think. it was it was supposed to be this week, and then some stuff happened, and then so now it looks like it's going to be next week. So stay tuned for that. But we'll talk about the tournament a little bit. We should have Andy with us for the Blades of Corn review, and he is also going to the tournament. So yeah, that will be cool. Um, yeah, I mean, is there anything more you wanted to say about the tournament or anything in general?
Nope, I'm excited for it. Uh, I said no and immediately started talking more about the tournament, but
Yeah, do it. I'm fine with
uh,
that. Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know. Like I was hoping to be in the running for best painted for the tournament, but after seeing some of the stuff that people have been posting, I'm like, man, I don't think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna lose.
I don't know, dude. You've got a really awesome army. Alex was kind enough to say that he felt like he couldn't bring ogres next to your ogres.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, come on.
am I making you uncomfortable?
How
Um,
dare you?
excellent. Yeah, I mean the tattoos on there are just so freaking awesome. So uh, I'm sure other people will appreciate it as well. Um, I mean, I'm not saying like you should win best painted because there is so many. Yeah, like you said, like it's not a crapshoot per se, but it's definitely you know
Yeah, that's amazing stuff for sure. And this
yeah.
is the first time I'll be making, or I technically just finished my 2K display board.
Okay,
Um,
nice.
I made a 1K one for charge, and I just finished my 2K one for this one, which I
Heck
hope
yeah.
to reuse. And it's nothing super crazy, but
Are you
hopefully
gonna
it.
are you gonna use it for like other armies?
No, just
Okay.
ogres. Yeah.
If you next because I'm assuming you were talking about playing Slaves to Darkness in the future, so you're gonna make another display board just for slaves.
Yeah.
Cool,
That one's
awesome.
gonna be very. I really want to put my all into that one for sure.
I mean,
Um,
they've all looked really good so far.
Thank you. Yeah. No, I really want to have it be like they're marching down like an actual cityscape of some kind or like ruined cityscape. So like some proper
Oh,
buildings and like get some good
wow.
like verticality to it. I think that'll make it look really nice.
Oh man, I don't want to say this to you, but have you ever seen those? Um, what do you call them? They're like foam, like mini table saws. It's like
No.
it's like they have these foam cutting things. It's like a little table saw, but it's a hot wire basically, and you just slide it through, and people use it to make bricks and stuff like that. And I was just thinking, like, you get one of those, you could just go to town and just have like the bricks and rubbles and just kind of build it up.
That's true.
That guy, I forget what his name is. He's a Canadian hobby guy. It's like Cult of Paint, I want to say. He like just makes terrain. It's mostly for D&D, but yeah, he makes gorgeous stuff. I'll see if I can find it and send it to you. The, his channel, if you're interested.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's done a couple of dilapidated buildings and whatnot. Um, yeah, right. Cities Dawnbringer is announced for the summer. I think Cities is announced for the fall. I could be wrong though. I think Seraphon's the summer, and Cities is. Sorry, I did get sidetracked by reading the comment. But yeah, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, display boards. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I'm assuming you're going to try and paint your army first though before you go onto the display board.
Yes. Yeah.
But you could always start thinking about it and like you could kind of work on it here and there, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. For sure. But yeah, I do want to get a 2K list done for my slaves, which is gonna have to be like painting up 20 warriors at least, which will be a lot, but I think it'll be fun. The warriors don't seem like too difficult of a kit to like sub-assembly and stuff, so
Oh, really?
it should be
Cool.
good. Or not sub-assembly, but at least like not have their shields beyond them, like no like painting through like tiny crevices like the Chaos Knights were like that was a
Ugh.
nightmare.
I heard that about the original Knights where they were like easy build, and then so I was thinking the new ones weren't going to be like that, but you know what though? It's like that for the Blood Knights as well. The Blood Knights are a nightmare to paint. I saw someone post on the Soulblight Gravelords Facebook page saying like, "Man, these things are such a pain to build," and everyone's just like, "Wait till you get to painting them." Like, I didn't find building them a problem to be honest, but painting them like a whole other thing. Yeah, because they're all like tight in there. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I
The
just wish they like so like with the Slaves to Darkness, uh the hero on like demonic mount, he could just like take a
uh-huh.
shield off and on, and it made
Oh,
it so much so much easier to paint.
wow.
Because it's just like that, it just exposes like his whole torso and his whole arm, and like, there isn't just this giant thing blocking most of the model, right? So it allowed me to put a lot more attention into it. Versus like the regular knights are just like, there's no way to sub-assembly that. Like the shield is like got a fist on it, or like half a fist on it, and like it's got like reins and other stuff too. It's just like there's
Oh.
no way to do this without it looking terrible after you glue it together.
um, yeah, I've tried done some stuff like I did all my eels and sub assemblies, and I probably still would. Just but they're still a pain though, like a still a huge pain. So yeah,
Yep. But
I
once
get
they're
that.
done, they're done forever.
You're
So
away to the races.
yep.
I like it. Awesome. Cool. Well, is there? I guess there's nothing else left to discuss. Okay, good. Just making sure. Yeah. Thanks to everyone for watching. We will, yeah, we'll, like I said, we'll be back next week with a corn review, I think, and um, yeah, stay tuned for the results of Cake or Death, where you know, cheer on Carson, cheer on your fellow Saga of Dice people, even the tangential people who are, like Matt Beasley isn't a part of Saga of Dice and he's not a part of Warp Dice, but he's a good guy, you know. Ricky and Sean and Danny and all you guys that are going to the tournament. Best of luck to you. Even Alex, I'll even wish Alex good luck. That's my good deed for the day. Okay. He says, "Woo Iron Jaws, woo Iron Jaws, woo Iron Jaws, indeed." And thanks to everyone for watching. Thanks to Carson for hanging out with me. And we'll see you guys next week.